Hello everybody, welcome yet again to another video at Herein-Africa. Thank you so much for those who are still following our updates. And then this is another update which we have for you, which is concerning to us, which is concerning to everybody. Guess what? Kenya, a land of opportunities, a land of energetic youths. In fact, the heartbeat of East Africa. Yet an announcement is shocking to men. It's really shaking heads of men, which is made by the Merinda Gates and of course the Bill Gates. Guess what? The Bill and the Merinda Gates have revealed the plans to test the world's first contraceptive implant in Africa and nowhere but in Kenya. This is really hurting, friends. Everybody's asking, why far away from the United States? Why far away from Europe? Why not in America? Why is it happening in Africa? Why should it happen in Kenya? They're claiming that this is about empowering women. They're claiming that this one is about family planning. But Africa has had such a kind of story. Corona is not the first one. Major kind of such nonsense have been tried nowhere but in Africa. Even with men varying terribly, some yet keep on surviving. This is not news in Africa. This is not the first time they're trying it in Africa. They're trying to support it with such a kind of like, we are trying to empower Africa, we are trying to assist the African women to make decisions, we are trying to assist the African people to live according to their potential by assisting them to reduce their population. What kind of, if they, in case they needed such a kind of instance, they could have tried it in China, maybe in Europe, in other parts of America, not in Africa. Africa does not do such. That's why men have taken to social media asking, why not Europe? Why not America first? Why Africa? Why Kenya? Why not even Asia? You know, Africa's youth population is the fastest growing in the world. Economists call it the greatest asset, but others see it as a global challenge. And history has always told us that when Africa tries to rise, forces from outside Africa always try to keep it stuck. And this is not a new one. Yeah, Melinda Gates and the Bill Gates, they need to understand that Africa's problem is not about population. Africa's problem lies in corruption, lies in leaders which they impose to Africans who we don't desire, who keep us dependent on what the United States, what the Europe, what they have to decide about Africa. That's the major problem we are facing as Africans. And not about population. It's never about population. That's the challenge you're facing, and we must come out clear. They must understand us. That's where the challenge is. Some Kenyans are enjoying, they're feeling like it is kind of freedom. Others are feeling like it is kind of empowerment. But there are more who are fearing that there is a silent war which is being fought not with guns but with syringes and implants. This is a silent weapon to reduce the future Africa's workforce, not just for Kenya, because they're trying to test in Kenya, then it goes to East Africa, slowly to Central Africa, eastern part of it covers. Just they're trying to make it arise from Kenya. You know what Kenya are known for? Yeah, Kenya and South Africa, you know what is well known for, and not just Kenya and South Africa. Actually, the whole Africa now is awake. and they're trying to ensure that there is strong progress, and that by years which are coming, Africa should keep being dependent to the West, not just for loans, even for praying. In fact, people are wondering, where are we headed as Africa? Men might wonder, but the thing is, family planning is not wrong. Every woman needs a choice. Family needs to make their own choices. Africa needs to make its own choice too. Why is a decision being made from thousands of miles away, from somebody who's not an African, thinking about Africa, not in the right way? Africa must participate in its own affairs, and we, the Africans, must tell our leaders that they should not accept this kind of nonsense. Yeah, of course it is nonsense. How is it improving lives? How is it assisting us in any way? When we need to be men, actually, we are not even men. We need to be men to be able to think more beyond how far we are thinking. So let's keep it all together. I don't know what. Is this an act of empowerment or a silent brand is this an act of empowerment or a silent brand for population control? The conversation starts with you. Comment below, share this video before it disappears, and let the world hear Africa's voice. Thank you so much, and please continue subscribing, and may God bless you so much.